All right, YouTube. So, funny story. You were actually supposed to get a video on communication skills today. But when I went to go edit it tonight at 9 p.m., the video's audio got corrupted. And so, we're here. And you're going to get a video on learning how to lose people. Um, Maybe this was intentional. Maybe I wasn't supposed to post that other video, but here I am making sure I meet my daily upload goal and speaking about how I've learned to lose people, how I mastered losing people. So bear with me because I'm saying all this off the top of my head. It's me just being here, being transparent. Won't be a lot of edits in this one. Just me having a conversation with you. And I definitely say me learning how to lose people. It all started with me having low expectations of people showing up for me. Um, I've been blessed to have good friends for short periods of time. I've had great friends that I've truly been able to rely on in certain seasons of my life. And then in the next season, they were taken out just like that. And I think that it's intentional. I think it's because, God, He has a plan. You know what I'm saying? He always does. And sometimes that just involves somebody being in your life for a season and then they'll leave and they'll teach you lessons along the way. And I definitely have faith in that and believe in that. But I think that when you've been let down so many times and when you've just been disappointed by so many people, you just learn to detach your emotions from the people in your life. Um, I'd say since middle school and maybe even going into high school, like I've never been afraid to lose a friend. Um, I cherish my friends without a doubt. I appreciate them, but if somebody decides to walk away from me and from my life, then I don't get emotional. I don't feel bad about it because I've accepted the fact that people come and they go, and they come and they go, and new people replace old people, and then newer people replace the new people, and it's an ongoing cycle, and it's something that I've learned to be okay with. Losing people, I'm dang, I'm sorry. Losing people, I'm not gonna say that it's ever easy, but for me, it's just part of life. Like, I don't question it. I don't question losing people. It just kind of happens. And so, as I go throughout my life and as I meet new people, I don't have high expectations of somebody lasting in my life long term. I try to be that friend. I really do try to be that friend who's there for those he's around and for those he communes with. I try to keep friends around me and in my circle that reflect who I am or who I want to be, the values that I hold. And I often attract strong friends, but I don't know. I think I've never been the best friend for anybody. Like, I've always had friends and I've always had people to talk to, but I've never been that go to person for anybody. And sometimes that sucks, bro. Sometimes it hurts. Everybody has that go to guy, that go to girl that they can always say, that's my ride or die. But I never had that. Even growing up, I was never the best friend. I often found myself in like those third wheel type of friendships to where, you have the two super close people, then you got the other guy. I was always the other guy. And as I've grown older, I've just learned to respect my value a little bit more in that sense, and to just kind of remove myself from those types of one-sided and like isolating relationships. But I don't know. It definitely sparked some insecurity in me as to why I've never been anybody's best friend. And low key, I don't know. Maybe I have been the best friend, but like just for a season. But I feel like people's best friends don't really change like that. Like, if you got a best friend, that's typically for life or like for long term. So if I were their best friend, then whatever happened. And so it's definitely made me consider how I can be a better friend. That's something I ask myself every month when I'm doing my goal setting and planning for the direction of my life and for the month. I ask myself, like, how can I be better to the people around me? How can I be a better friend? How can I be a better student? How can I be a better brother? How can I be a better son to my parents? And I guess growing up, I was never in a household or in an environment where I was encouraged to speak my feelings as a man, and or I was encouraged to truly be open with how I feel. I was always shut down with, why would you do that? Yelled at for being autonomous and making my own decisions. And so I kind of learned to just shut up. You know what I'm saying? It sounds bad, but I just learned to be quiet about my feelings and to be quiet about my opinions. But in life, like, as I've become an adult and as I've grown and as I've accepted new responsibilities and been put into new environments, I've learned that I wasn't raised correctly in that fashion. And it's not okay for me to just shut my own feelings out, because then I will not be advocated for and I will be overlooked and I will be underrepresented just because of my own insecurity. And so, in my quest, in my journey to be a better friend and to one day have a best friend, and to have somebody that's worth crying over, like when I lose them, like, I hope you guys understand what I'm trying to say, but to have somebody that I really don't want to lose, I think that there needs to be some level of growth, in terms of me being a friend, like my listening skills and me showing up for friends even when it's inconvenient on my part, me just being genuine and being honest, and just being there. Sometimes it's just being there for people. I want to get better at those things, and so I'm just making this video to be open and vulnerable about that, and just speaking about my experiences with relationships. Like, I've truly learned how to lose people. I hope that you guys never have to lose, a large amount of people in the way that I have. But if you do, I just hope that you understand that that doesn't dictate your value. People not staying around or sticking around with you does not dictate your value. I think for me, it was like people saw how ambitious I was and they saw my goals and they saw how vocal I was about them and how much effort I put in, and they felt intimidated. And man, humility is one of my pillars, so I do not say this in any way to ego boost or to glaze myself or like lift myself up. But seriously, like, if you're truly working at something and you have something going for yourself, people can get intimidated by you. Don't let that stop you. Don't let that hurt you emotionally. Don't let that make you think that you're undeserving of friends, because people are offended by you going hard. No, just keep going hard. Go harder. You know what I'm saying? And don't do it to prove anybody wrong. Do it to prove yourself right. Yeah, that's all I got. Just a little talk for you guys today. I'm sorry that the video got corrupted, but tomorrow I'll recreate it and I'll do it better. And we'll speak on communication. So, I'll see you guys in the next video. Please comment, like, subscribe. If you're new here, join the EvolveToday family. Hit that subscribe button down there. Yeah, let's continue to grow, change, and evolve, not just today, but every day. I'll see you in the next video.